welcome to this very special edition of Different Strokes, where Arnold goes to the bicycle shop. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the GM-N1 Walkie Talkie from Radioddity. The GM-N1 costs $69 for a package of 2, which means they're $35 a piece. Affiliate link below. It's a very small walkie-talkie designed to fit into your pocket easily, and the big selling point of the GM-N1 is that it has active noise cancellation for a better audio experience during your radio adventuring. The GM-N1 is a 2-watt GMRS radio, so you do need a license to transmit using the GM-N1 walkie-talkie. You do not need any license if you're just going to listen, but if you're going to transmit, you do need an FCC GMRS license. It's very easy to get. There is no test. You just buy it like a fishing license. Check that link for step-by-step instructions, including pictures on how to buy your GMRS license. The GM-N1 is a 2-watt walkie-talkie. It is repeater capable. It supports both wideband and narrowband and comes set to wideband out of the box. It does support split tones, and although the radio is limited to 30 channels max, 22 regular GMRS channels, and the 8 repeater channels, using the free software, you can program those 8 repeater channels to be any repeater channel that you want. That means that you can easily set multiple repeaters on the same frequency using different tones. Many radios do not allow you to do that, especially the lower cost radios. This walkie-talkie has a very simple interface. That means I like it because I am a very simple boy. It just has a couple of knobs and a couple of buttons. I'll go over all of those with you. That means to change anything, you have to use the free programming software. And to use the programming software, you need to use a programming cable. The radio does not come with a programming cable, and I was not able to find any information on the website or in the user guide about what kind of cable to use. But after much experimentation and testing, I determined that it uses the standard K-type cable, the same as what you would use with your Baofeng or other type radios. This radio does not work with chirp, so you have to use the software provided by Radioddity, and it is fairly simple and straightforward to use. One minor issue with the software is that when I installed it on my new computer, Windows computer, all the characters, all the words and writing was in some kind of hieroglyphics. And the only way that I could maneuver my way through was just guessing which button to press based on where all the button locations usually are on other programs that I've installed. Now, I'm sure that all the computer dorks will blame me and say how simple it is to fix this problem by just installing a different character set or blah, 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 whatever. But this is a brand new computer. No other program has had this issue. So the issue does seem to be limited only to the GM-N1 software. Now, please don't, I'm not asking for help on how to fix this issue. I worked my way through it, but oh, please, Xenu, in your throne in the volcano, do not leave a comment explaining that all I have to do is install some blah, 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 blah. The only thing worse than a sad ham trying to make himself look smart in the comment section is a computer dork trying to make himself look smart in the comment section. We shouldn't have to be computer dorks to install this software, so Radioddity, you guys should fix the software. That's definitely a problem. So when you purchase the GM-N1 radio in the box, you will receive a user manual. Actually, a user pamphlet. It's written in moderate Chinglish. It's not terribly written, but it is not the best written user pamphlet that I've seen lately. It is very light on details, but it does go over all of the options. There are not a lot of options to this radio, but it goes over every option and explains them fairly well. The user guide is what gives us our first impressions of the radio and is therefore very important, except for the people that just... You will receive 2 USB charging cables because you are getting 2 radios when you buy this package. They have the micro USB connector. I don't think it is USB-C. And on the other end, you have the regular standard old-fashioned USB plug. And that other end of the USB plug plugs into the 210-volt adapters that you receive. You will receive 2 belt clips. This is the old style. I think I used to have a cell phone that had this type of clip. You put that over your belt. Radio slides into there so that you can wear your radio on your belt and impress the chicks. You will receive two 3,000 milliamp hour batteries. There are 3 pins on the batteries. One of them is a temperature sensor, so I think, although there's nothing in the documentation, I assume when you charge them, they do smart charging so they don't overheat. And you will receive 2 GM-N1 Walkie Talkies. From here on out, I will only be showing one radio so as to not give you information overload. So the battery snaps into the radio easily. And already, one thing that I really liked about this radio, if you've used a lot of walkie-talkies, such as myself, sometimes batteries are a struggle to take out of the radio. This one is really nice in that all you have to do is press the button and it lifts up. You don't have to do anything. It jumps out. So I press the button, watch this, and it jumps out. Very easy to remove the battery. Now that's not a huge deal, but if you've struggled to get batteries out and broken as many fingernails as I have, that's a gift from Xenu. Going around the radio, you will notice that it is very small and it has the small fixed antenna. And the reason for that is that this radio is designed to fit in the pocket or out of the way without a big rubber ducky getting in the way, although that does limit the range. We'll talk about the range tests in a minute. You have a on, off, and volume knob.
Power on 2.
With a new voice. I'm not sure I've heard this lady before.
3, 2, 1, 30.
She sounds nice. You've got the push to talk button, channel up and down button. You have an indicator here for when the active noise cancellation is enabled. That's one of the big selling points of this radio. We'll test that in a minute. So when you turn it on by pressing and holding this button, you'll see that that little blue light lights up. Activity light here shows when you're receiving or when you're transmitting. Small speaker, microphone is right there. On the side, you've got the holes for either an external microphone or headpiece or your programming cable, which goes in there. By the way, if you get yourself a programming cable, don't gamble and get the cheapo $9 one off of Amazon, because many times they just don't work and they are a great cause of frustration and teeth gnashing. This one has worked on every radio that I've tried it on. It's only $14 or $15. Affiliate link below. On the bottom is the charger plug, and that is a little difficult to get out. I've broken a couple of fingernails, but I have learned that if you get the charger plug, you can put that in there instead of your fingernail and pry it open. So that's the charger hole, and you plug the charging cable into it like this. The battery itself does not have a charger plug, only the radio has a charger plug. So to charge it, the battery has to be in the radio, or you'd have to get a separate charging stand, which I haven't seen on the website. Overall, it is a nice feeling. It's not heavy. It is firm and sturdy. There's no loose parts or anything. It's a nice feeling, sturdy little radio. It's not waterproof. They don't publish any IP protection rating, so don't drop it in the lake or play with it in the rain. But it's a good, sturdy little radio. Of course, the most important thing is what kind of range are you going to get with this tiny, fixed little stubby antenna? I didn't expect much range at all, but I was surprised. In my poor conditions test, that's bad conditions, hills, trees, not line of sight, I got about half a mile. That's only about 1/4 mile less than what I get with full 5-watt walkie-talkies with the larger rubber duckies. So I was a little bit surprised. It's only 2 watts. That makes the battery last a lot longer, but it's not going to transmit quite as far. It's not going to penetrate through trees and buildings as well as a 5-watt or a higher powered radio. With all my HTs, I always test them using my favorite repeaters around town. I've got one that is 30 miles away, so let's see if we can hit that repeater. Pretty much direct line of sight. It's right across the valley. Let's see if we can hit it. If I hit it, we'll hear the kerchunk or the kickback, and we'll see the little light up green after I unkey. Repeater check, 1, 2. Green light means I hit that repeater 30 miles away. Now I was testing it earlier. It hits it weakly. It's not the strongest signal. It's stronger on my 5-watt bigger radios, but it hit it 30 miles away. My other favorite repeater, 69 miles away. That will be a stretch to hit with this radio, with this dinky little antenna and only 2 watts, 69 miles. We're going to look for the same thing. If I reach it, it will give us that kickback in the kerchunk and we'll see the little green light. Repeater check, 1, 2. It is able to hit that repeater 69 miles away. It's right at the edge of what it can reach, but it hit it that time. It hits it weakly, but it does hit it. Very surprising for a little 2-watt radio with a dinky little antenna, so it does have range. And the other big selling point of this radio is the active noise cancellation. And when you transmit with the active noise cancellation on, a little blue light lights up. And the idea there is that if you're in a loud environment, you're driving in a very loud Jeep on the freeway, or you're in a windy area, it will cut down on that background noise and transmit only your voice without all the noise. So to test that, I went to 3 different noisy areas. The first noisy area, the low noise area, was in my washroom, standing right next to the dryer, which was making a loudish, moderately loud, you know, what a clothes dryer sounds like. I then went outside to the air conditioner, which was running because it was 106 degrees here yesterday. And I stood above it with the microphone facing down with the condenser fan or condenser. The big fan on top of the air conditioner was blowing directly into the microphone while I talked, giving us some wind noise. And then the third test, I went down to the side of the air conditioner right next to the compressor, the compressor's down there, where that loud buzzing air conditioner sound was. And I was just a few inches away and I talked that way. So we had low noise, moderate noise, and loud noise. And this is how those sounded.
This is an audio test with the sound cancellation turned off with some slight background noise. 1, 2, 3. This is a test with the noise cancellation on with some slight background noise, the exact same background noise. 1, 2, 3. This is another test, this time with some wind. 1, 2, 3. Noise cancellation is off. 1, 2, 3. Exact same location, exact same sound and noise. Noise cancellation is now on. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Now testing with a different type of noise. Noise cancellation is off. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Noise cancellation is now on. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1.
So as you heard, the noise cancellation works well. It doesn't work perfectly. It kind of clipped out some of my words. It's not perfect, but it was pretty good in the louder noises. It didn't seem to do much in the lower noise situation. Not perfect, but it does cancel out a lot of that noise. So who should buy the GM-N1 Walkie Talkie? This radio is not for GMRS dorks and advanced users. This is for someone who is on the go with an active lifestyle, adventuring, hiking, off-roading, skydiving. It stays out of your way. It's small, it's rugged, it's durable. Not waterproof, not perfect, but for $35, $70 for a set of 2. Affiliate links below. It's not bad. It is a good, inexpensive, adventuring walkie-talkie. If you have any questions about the GM-N1 walkie-talkie, leave a comment below and I will do my best to answer it. If I'm not able to answer it, somebody else will come along and they will try, but bear in mind, that is with most comments that people leave on YouTube, they will probably get it completely wrong. Thank you for watching, and we hope to...